very incorrectly. So I know I always just say, don't wait till it's perfect, just start. That doesn't mean start and never create like an order system or turn it into something good. I'm saying start and develop it along the way. The key there is to make sure you're developing your business along the way. So I'm going to once again talk about pricing. This is just one of the main things I see with when people come into the Home Bakery Blueprint program. I see low prices. So I just want to show you how that can be hurting your business. Just starting, is it okay to use TurboTax or HR block yourself, or should I get an expensive accountant? I certainly did not get an expensive accountant when I first started. I cannot stress enough how much money I did not have when I first started. Literally, no money. So I could not, having an accountant, I would have laughed at someone who said, hire an accountant. I tell people to do that if they already have one for like their home and stuff. I mean, not their home, but their family already has one that they work with. But I didn't get an accountant until like a couple years ago. I think maybe when I opened the shop. So I definitely think do what you can do. Hi, Karen. Because I, could barely afford the fee for the first farmers markets I did. Because I was just out of college, I think. Was I? Yes, I had already graduated college, so it was just fresh out of college, and I did not have any money. Hi. Okay, so I was saying, I was emphasizing price. Now, I see a lot of people come into the program. They have really low prices. This is what I say to that. I'm going to just give you an example. So say you're selling your, I'm going to use macarons as an example, but this is for all home bakers. Let's say you're doing your macarons $2.75, and this is before taxes and before you take out for ingredients and stuff. $2.75, you sell 300 macarons a week. So that would be about $825 a week. That is about $43,000 a year. Now let's say you're doing them $2 and making 300 macarons a week. That's $600. That's about $31,000. So you are missing out on about $11,000, $12,000 if you would just raise your price 75 cents. And most of you, with macarons, you should be selling them for a higher price anyway, because think about it, 2 cookies, filling, like they should be much more expensive than you are, and just how much time they take. Now, also, no order system. So you could be if you don't have an order system set up and like a process on how to do your baking, like something that you, right when you get an order, these are the steps I have to take to get to the final product. So if you aren't doing something like that and you're just kind of running around last minute filling these orders and you don't have like systems in place, you can be missing out on a lot of orders, which would be costing you money. So that is something that I always recommend doing, getting a system together, getting an order system for your customers too, because if you don't have like a really easy way for your customers, is $6 for a macaron too low? $6 a macaron, is that with shipping? We charge $2.75 here. And is that like a custom one, like a decorated? Shoot, I shouldn't answer that. I lost my train of thought. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to look back, see if I missed any questions. So yeah, you could use TurboTax, or what was your other question? TurboTax. Or something like that, and just do them yourself. Okay, no, how to place an order. So you have to make it so it's super simple, because a lot of people, they go to your bio, they say, ooh, baked goods. But if you don't have where you're selling them from, like if I was a home baker and I was baking in my home in Troy, Ohio, I would say Troy, Ohio. Like, be very specific about where the orders are, or serving Troy, Ohio, and surrounding areas or whatever. So make sure that it's very clear, and then how to order. Put that in your bio and just very clearly show people how to order. Because if you have a website up there and you don't mention it, I know we have limited space in the bio, but you should still, that's kind of the most important thing. If you want people to order, to put how to order. Hi. Okay. Is Instagram an okay place to collect orders? So, for most people, yes, but if you kind of have to be a little cautious with Instagram because you can unsend messages. So if you don't get a deposit from someone and you message them, they could completely unsend all of their messages. So it's like, I never ordered or something like that. You know, it can get sketchy. So it depends. At first, I took orders any way they came in. So I was taking them through Instagram, through Facebook, through email, through my order form on my website. I took them anyway, and I still kind of, if someone messages me on Instagram and I see it, that's not the best way to get in touch with me. But sometimes I will send them a link to my website and say, yeah, here's a good way. Or send me an email or something just so you can have it all organized. But some people can they just order on Instagram Messenger? Yeah, it depends what you want to do. I like to have them all in one place from a certain, like either my order form or my email, but a lot of people just, I don't know, they just won't do that. So it kind of depends on what you want to put up with in your business. Yeah, you can ask your home bakery questions, and I'll answer those as I go. Okay, now I'm going to talk about kind of what you're missing out on. Thanks, yeah, no problem. If you don't start your home bakery business, so how many already have a home bakery business started? And who wants to start one? Put in the comments if you put, I have one started or I want to start one. What about Facebook Market? I never did Facebook Market. Some of the people in the program use Facebook groups and Facebook Market. I just didn't like I just don't like seeing them next to like broken down cars and stuff. I feel like it maybe devalues it a little bit, but a lot of people find that's a really good way to get it. It kind of depends because either I've seen ones that the photos look really good and then I'm like, oh, that's an ad and I just ignore it. Or I see one that the photos don't look good and I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. It's kind of like garage sale to me. If you're just joining, tell me if you already have your business started, your home bakery business, or if you want to start one. Okay. Now let's see here. While you guys are answering that. Now, but if that is working for you, do it, you know? Suggestion, I just like to keep everything organized. Suggestions on order forms and getting that started. Messages are a lot of work. Messages are a lot of work. Especially just going back and forth, like what color do you want, what flavors do you want, and waiting, you know? So that's why I like the order forms, because right when they first message you, you can get the date, you can get the flavors, you can get just everything. So I see a lot of people use Google Forms. I don't hate that. You can fill it out, have it, have people put whatever they want. I like using websites. I never use Google Forms. I always did a website. The good thing about order forms, and if you're only doing custom orders and you're not doing like maybe like a monthly thing where you can buy a 4-pack without talking to you, you could do something like Squarespace. So Squarespace is not good for purchasing, like having a lot of products, but it's fine for just having an order form. So I like to use Shopify because it's better for products. So I have products that you can buy without talking to me. That's what I like merch and stuff, because you can have more than one product. I don't know now, but when I used Squarespace, they had, the price went up a lot when you wanted to add more than one product. But if you just have them fill out an order form or something on Squarespace or WordPress or whatever, it's easier that way. I don't know if that answered your question. Okay, started last month. I have started. Want to start in New York City, but need a commercial kitchen. Why do you need a commercial kitchen? I have one started, but my orders are inconsistent. Okay, what have you been doing? Or do you do markets or anything? I had something going with customers, but then moved and hadn't made macarons in a while. I'm in a new city now. Okay, so in the program, we teach people how to do, we have some like military spouses, so they will know that they're going to need to move. And this is a way that you can prep the new city. So, I mean, you would just do this now, but you kind of have a way that you can start to let people know before you move. So you can be like launching in October in a new area. You know what I mean? That's the good thing about the home bakery business, because you can pick it up and move it around. Then if you have moved around a lot, you're going to have those same customers once you start shipping, if you do decide to go that route, that are from all the other cities that you were in that now want you to ship. Started with farmers markets. Good. I have one started. I started, but I haven't done any markets or pop-ups yet. I need a banner, I guess. I don't know, and a payment device. I like Square. And then I get my banners on Vista. Already started, want to start. So most of you guys have already started. Okay, just started my business, but very early in it. Just got my articles of organization last Friday. Nice. Is there an app that helped to calculate the cost of a product? I have a spreadsheet that I use. I don't know about the app. If you're in the Facebook group, that would be a good question in there to see what other people are using. I haven't been able to do markets as I work on the weekends, but I'm working up to pop-ups. That's good. I had a friend who's a business owner with a good following promote me, so I started getting orders from that. Yeah, if you're just starting, try to do some collaborations with, everyone always tries to do collaborations with like huge Instagram accounts. Do collaborations with people that have about the same followers as you. I mean, 500 people, that's a lot of people. 1,000 people, that's a lot of people. Like, you don't have to have 10,000 followers to do a collaboration with someone. You guys can grow together. Okay, let's see. I am in the same boat of inconsistent customers. I've been posting on Facebook business page and been working with our local art museum for classes and events. I've been posting okay. Oh, classes teaching how to make, what do you do, macarons? Okay, let's see. Are you posting on Instagram as well? Is Square free? So they take a percentage. I don't know how much, I forget how much, but they take a percent. Yep, Square has fees like every credit card site would have. We looked at a bunch of different ones and Square was the best. It does go down sometimes. The one in the shop, sometimes it'll be down for maybe an hour or two. Okay. Yes, decorated cookies. Okay, that's good because we have some custom cookie makers here in Troy that do decorating classes that, because you can easily do them at like banquet halls or some, you don't have to have a kitchen because you can show up with the cookies made and the icing made. So that's a really great idea. That's what a lot of people kind of forget about teaching it. Once you get the hang of it, you could do classes. I'll have to do a whole thing about once you open up a bakery. Do you like Venmo? So I don't use Venmo for my business because do they have a business Venmo now? I've done a number of events to get my name out in the community, but orders aren't consistent. Are you posting on social media a lot? Keeping up with that? My website is on Squarespace, but I don't use their storefront. I just have an email form submission. Is that getting you customers? Do people seem to use that? Okay. Yeah, you can put your home bakery questions in the comments. Okay, so I was going to talk about like the cost of not starting your business, like how much you'd be missing out on, because we have people in the program that are averaging like $1,500 a week. So that's $78,000 a year, guys. So if you haven't started it, or if you're hesitant to start because you think it's not going to be worth it, that is absolutely something you could be doing, and you could be making that much. Why did you choose Macarons, and how did you decide to start coaching others? So I didn't really choose Macarons, they chose me. I'm just kidding, but I tried them at Trader Joe's, and surprisingly I liked the ones at Trader Joe's. That was before I had other ones, but I don't know, they were just small and they had like jam in them. Then I was always into baking, because I always joke we were never allowed to have sweets when I was younger, but we had like sugar in the ingredients. So that was all I did when I was younger. My one sister would just eat spoonfuls of sugar, but I got creative and learned to bake. But so I really like baking, and I heard they were really hard to make, and I, love a challenge. So I learned to make them, and once I realized that they were really getting popular, I posted about it on my social media, got some orders. Then, I think I've told this story before, but I made the first batch. It was perfect. It turned out well. And then after I got orders, the next batches, I couldn't get them to turn out right for the life of me. So I had to literally make like hundreds of them. And I had an order like very soon. But anyway, that's just how I started. It just I just kind of grew it from there. Because also I found out that I could paint on them. So I was always into art. So art, baking, it was like my two favorite things combined. Okay, and I loved all the flavors I could come up with, because I really like coming up with recipes. So how did I decide to start coaching others? So when I first started 8 years ago, there was nothing. We had the internet, but it was like, I think maybe 2 macaron makers out there, and none of the questions I had were getting answered. I scoured the internet for answers, and I could not find them anywhere. So I was like, once I figure this out, I'm going to help other people. Same with the home bakery. I just knew that I just had so many questions that weren't answered. And once I did it, I was like, okay, I have a system now that other people can do. And I saw so many people struggling to grow their home bakeries, and I wanted to just tell them how to do it, but I was like, I don't know if they'll listen to me. So yeah, I started coaching others, because anyone can do this. I'm literally giving you recipes for macarons. If you join the macaron recipe subscription, you get a new flavor every month. So I'm literally giving you the recipes and showing you how to grow your business and ways to do it. I'm 100% sure that you can do it. Okay, someone asked for a donation to a school event. Is this a good way to get new customers? I like to do donations for local events. I just usually say yes for that kind of stuff. It is a good way to get customers. Usually they'll put out your business card too, because a lot of these events bring in a lot of people. Only once, but it was more in response to them taking a percentage of sales. Wait, I forget what you said. Let me go back here. Oh, okay. About the submission form on your website? Oh, okay. That is about the thing about a submission form. I get a lot of spam. Yes, posting on Facebook, that's where I have the most followers. Okay. How do you maintain your weight? I don't really eat a lot of macarons. When I first started, I'm not kidding, I was eating them constantly all day. I went to the dentist. I had so many cavities, and he's like, are you just drinking pop all day? And I was like, I don't drink pop at all. And then I was like, wait a second. I am always eating a macaron. So I've kind of stopped eating them, and and then during the farmers markets, that would be my breakfast. I would just eat the samples. There are some flavors I can never make again, because I ate them every farmers market at 8 in the morning. Happened to me too. First macaron I ever made came out textbook, and then it took me another 5 years to replicate it. They are miserable. Yeah, so that's why I started teaching people, because I was like, I have this down perfectly. I didn't go to pastry school or anything. So I was like, these steps if someone else does them exactly how I'm doing, that's why I'm so crazy in my YouTube video about do one, time everything, do the counts, because I'm like, I'm 100% sure if you do it like this, you can get it. Same with the home bakery program. I'm like, do these steps. Most of the time, the people in the program aren't even utilizing all of the steps. Like, it's like they go through and do as much as they need to do to make a bunch. Like, I think a lot of them haven't even gone through all of the ways that they could get orders. So like, they just like, okay, I'm doing the events, how you told me to do the events, and I'm making whatever, $1,500 a week. They haven't even needed to go to the next steps on different options for what they could be doing. We would eat a whole batch between my husband and I when we first started making them. They're so good. I was the same way. I would just constantly eat them. And like, when I had all of the different fillings left over and all of the different chocolates and like caramel, I would just make my own special ones and like dip things and other things. And oh God, I want them now. They're so good. What pans do you like to use for macarons? And what temperature? I use the silicone mats in one sitting. And it depends when I'm in my bakery, not the home bakery. Then the bakery I do like 265 in a convection oven. What do you do with the leftover yolks? I want to go into pavlovas and have a ton of yolks left over. So some people will just give them to other people. You can make curds. You can make different fillings. That's what I like to do, like make fillings that use a lot of them. Find someone that makes egg noodles. What is your degree in? So basically graphic design. I have a bachelor's in graphic design and then like an associate's in organizational leadership, kind of like a business degree. The graphic design degree did come in handy when I was making all my own stuff in the beginning. Like I didn't have any money to hire a designer or whatever. And I feel like though, even if I didn't have my graphic design degree, I would still have figured it out on my own. So like I had, because a lot of the stuff I hadn't used in a while, like when I first started doing my YouTube videos, I had to do all the editing and use like Premiere Pro, a really complicated program that I learned about in college, but forgot because I didn't use it, so I had to kind of relearn it. That's where I found you on YouTube. I need to rewatch that. Yeah, that video. Do you happen to know why my feet are a little bit shorter when I use the silicone mat? That's probably a temperature, an oven temperature thing. How do you figure out the cost of your fillings? I figure out the same way I figure out all my stuff. So I was talking about yesterday how we have a spreadsheet, a pricing spreadsheet in the program, and you put all of your ingredients in, and then it divides it for you. So you put them in the one spreadsheet, it's linked over to another one. So every time the cost of something changes, you can put it in there and see. But it divides it for you, so you just basically do it how you would the shells. Side machine, have you ever used a Cricut machine? Side question, not side machine. Side question, have you ever used a Cricut machine? And do you think it's worth the money to print your own card, sticker, cake toppers? So, I haven't done the math on the price, but I have wanted a Cricut machine for so long. I used to do scrapbooking when I was younger. I mean, kind of. We had to do scrapbooking for school for a little bit for something, but I used to love it so much. Always wanted a Cricut machine, just never bought one. But I don't know if it would be, I have no clue what it costs now or anything, so I don't know if that would be worth it for the cards and stickers. If you're in the Facebook group, that would be a good question to ask, because I think some people in there, let's see. So I have time for a couple more questions. Are we able to purchase that spreadsheet for cost? I'm not offering the spreadsheet yet. I just keep that for the people in the program for now. I had someone ask that yesterday too. I don't know if that's something I'm going to offer. It's really important that it's explained really well. That's why I keep it there and I don't offer it on its own. Okay. I can answer a couple more questions, but I want to answer questions about the Home Bakery Blueprint program. Thank you, everyone, for your patience if you're messaging me now. Like I said yesterday, though, if you sent me a message and I haven't gotten back to you, I will absolutely tell you if you didn't get into the program. So if I haven't answered you, just send me an emoji, send me something, and it will bring you back up to the top. So that's not something... Can I join both programs? I just have one. I just have the Home Bakery Blueprint program, which is a year-long program for people with home bakery businesses or who want to start, not just macarons, any kind. What do you mean by both? And then I have a recipe subscription, which is just a monthly thing that isn't a program at all. I have had people ask if I do macaron classes. I don't. I offer all of that stuff for free on YouTube. What was I saying? Yeah, so if you haven't heard from me, just send me another message. If you applied before today, you should have gotten an email. So if you haven't, check your spam folder or send me a direct message. I might have to close applications at the end of October. I don't know yet. Depends how many people join during the month. It might be closed, so I'll keep you updated if it is, though, on my page. Okay. Are there any questions about the program? Let's see. You can just put them in the comments. You don't have to put them in the question box. I sometimes miss those. Is your macaron recipe no rest, or is any recipe not no rest as long as you adjust oven temperature, pans, etc.? So definitely go in the Facebook group for that. The recipe that I use, some people do use it for no rest. I don't, though. I rest it in Ohio. I thought the whole macaron was separate. Sorry for my confusion. Okay, yeah. So macaron stuff, I put all of that on YouTube, free. That's all on there. And then the program is just for home bakers who want to grow their home bakery business. I have had other people that aren't home bakers. I think I talked about this on the other live. So, I mean, it is possible to join if you don't have a home bakery business. I would probably, if I was like about to close it, I would probably accept the home bakers before that. But we have some people that are opening a wine shop, a lady that is teaching people how to make French food. She joined it just so she could have the marketing side and like the website and stuff like that. Okay, thanks for the hearts that were sending those hearts. Let's see here. Yeah, but the macaron stuff is free on YouTube. I did see some people, though, message me. I said yesterday, send me an emoji if you want to be bumped up to the top of my messages. So if you are waiting for a response from me about the program, just send me an emoji. Literally, you will not bother me. If you send me an emoji every single day to get your message bumped up, or just send a message that says, like, just a reminder, whatever, that will not bother me. Because also it just shows me that you want to be in the program more, so you'll get to the top of my messages. Okay, I think I'm going to go if there's no more questions. This is the last home bakery live. And then next week I'm going to go back to Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So this is the last one. Okay, so I will see everyone on Monday. And if you want to apply the program, there's a link in my bio. If you're on Facebook, it's in my Instagram link. Or you can go on my website, or you can just send me a message and I will message you a private message, and then I'll message you the link.